Well, hello, Bumblebee, and thank you so much for being here today in this episode for my YouTube channel, my podcast, Cafecito with Vivi, and I am your host, Vivi. Today's episode, I actually want to talk about something that has been in my heart for a while, and I already sent uh, it was like uh, the mail for my subscribers, my mailing list subscribers. I send them an email about this because it's something that it has been in my heart to talk about it since is this is about some tips that I have for you when you want to practice gratitude, because we all good. I want to believe that we are good people, and when we are good people, we want to practice gratitude, but sometimes we don't feel grateful, right? And instead of doing something about it, or like we start feeling different, we start feeling like shame or guilt or some other type of way because we've been kind of like bullied into the you have to be grateful, right? But let's not forget that we are also humans. So I have some tips for you, and I hope um, this assist you in that process. But if you have not done so, please subscribe to my channel and ring the notification so you can receive every time I bring a new episode, and you can receive that notification as well on my podcast. And if you can leave a review, I will truly appreciate it. So let's dive in. So gratitude when you don't feel grateful. So a few years ago, I had a good life. Everything in my vision board had already manifested, and yet I found myself complaining about all the small insignificant details. And I knew I was supposed to practice gratitude, but when you are in a role of complaining, there are no feelings of gratitude coming to you, or you think just because you start seeing everything around you from a filter, and it's a dark filter. So from time to time, even though I realized what happened then, right? That I lost everything I had, I still find myself sometimes not feeling the motivation or whatever you want to call it to just sit down and feel grateful, and let alone write it down, right? Write down. So if you have those moments, how can you shift and practice gratitude when you don't feel like it? So let me start by saying that you have to understand something. It is okay to have human feelings, even the negative ones. And most likely, when you don't feel grateful or even feeling like practicing gratitude, and especially if you are a good person, this can happen. And these are feelings that start arising, and these feelings are guilt and shame. But I'm here to tell you, do not ignore those feelings or other feelings like upset or worthiness or whatever feelings that someone at some point in your life told you you are not supposed to feel. Especially if you grew up in religion, some feelings are unholy or come from sin or whatever the case might be, right? I'm not here to say that it's not true that those feelings are not unholy or don't come from sin. I'm just here to say that those are human feelings, and that is okay. And when those feelings arise, it is okay to feel them. But what is not okay is to let yourself sink into them to a point that it rules your life. So these are some ideas that you can do when you are not in the mood, right? So you start having those feelings, those negative feelings. So the first thing that you need to do is journal into what are those feelings that are arising at that moment. What are they? So make a list of the feelings that you are feeling at that moment, right? And journal. And don't worry, I'm gonna put the notes on the description so you have these questions for this journal prompts. It's just very simple. And now, where do these feelings coming from? You're feeling all these feelings, the negative feelings, these emotions, the feeling mad, feeling anxious, the feeling um, guilt or shame, right? So where do these feelings come from? Are those feelings making you feel unworthy, shame, or guilt? Then if they're making you feel like that, then why? So dig deep and freestyle all these questions and just make sure you dump all of it. Dump it all out in a journal. Grab a few blank pages on a notebook or whatever you can find blank pages, but make sure you dump it all out. Remember that a clean house means that you take all the trash out and you separate what can be recycled. So now that you have acknowledged your human feelings, then practice self-compassion. Imagine seeing yourself from the eyes of someone who truly loves you. That unconditional love. Now, if this is hard for you, if you cannot find someone that truly loves you, I found this exercise easier when I see myself through the eyes of unconditional love of God, creator, universe, whatever. But I feel it more like in that as a mom, right? Like, how can I see myself through the eyes of the creator when he's my father, right? For example. So how, as a mom, how do I see my kids, right? If my kids can have my eyes for a moment and they can see all the things that I see for them, that love and that compassion and that uh, those those things, right? How can, if they can see me, right? If they can see themselves through my eyes. So imagine yourself in that situation as well, like someone that truly loves you unconditionally and to have those eyes to see you. So practice that self-compassion and ensure to yourself that it's okay to feel that way and that is a natural human experience. Now, from this point, find small things that you can feel grateful for. Maybe your coffee in the morning got cold. And let me tell you, that for me would be like, oh, I wanted a hot coffee. And this is because even if it's hot outside, I still want a hot coffee for some reason in the mornings. So and sometimes I find myself finding the coffee getting cold. So instead of complaining about it and find a moment of gratitude by switching your shift, the way you see it, and say, "Oh wow, this is an opportunity for me to try that new iced coffee recipe that I saw on Pinterest. Thank you, coffee, for getting cold." Right? And you will start practicing gratitude in that moment. That's when you start seeing, oh, these are things that I can feel grateful for. So if you started a gratitude journal, but you have nothing to write at night, you can find one thing. Everybody can find one thing. And maybe it was those 5 extra minutes that you got at work on break, or that 5 extra minutes that your kid took a nap, or whatever it is, but you had those 5 minutes extra break that you got and you were enjoying a moment of silence. Journal it. Journal. Okay, so today I had 5 minutes of break. I am so grateful for this because it bring me silence, and it bring me a moment of self compassion, or whatever it is, the whatever the reason might be, right? Um, so sometimes our lack of gratitude also comes from past regrets and future worries, things that haven't even happening yet, and you're already worrying about it. So practicing mindfulness, 5 or 10 minutes of meditation in silence, it can actually help you dealing with these moments. And if that is the case, um, I want you to be in that moment of those 5 minutes of silence meditation, and just close your eyes and then imagine that situation specifically that it caused you the regret, or that is causing you the worry. What is that? And make it feel for like 3 seconds. And once you feel those 3 seconds, that feel of regret or worry, let it go. Let it go. Let it feel and then let it go. Let it feel for 3 seconds and then let it go. And then take a deep breath. And when you breathe out, imagine that you breathing this worry or this regret into a balloon and accelerate out into the balloon. And once you are done, grab the balloon, and this is a practice that one of my coaches gave me. Grab that balloon and say, I thought it had me, now I have you. I thought it had me, now I have you, to that regret, to that worry, to that situation. And then let it go. Let go and watch the balloon disappear. Don't even let it fall on the ground. No, watch it disappear, completely disappear. It just disappear. And then take another deep breath. And when you breathe in the calm, the forgiveness, the tolerance, and then breathe out and think of the word release. So that is a practice that I do with my coach, and it helped me so much. And so I'm passing on to you. So you can also practice small tangents or rampage. I actually like to call it rampage, but these are like things that you keep saying to yourself, like you're talking about it and you said it out loud, and you start with something small and then go big. For example, I am so grateful for my bed, how I slept tonight. Oh, I'm so grateful because I have a roof over my head. Oh, I'm so grateful for my house. Wow, I'm so grateful for my dream house, right? So, and then you keep elevating the gratitude and just go into that rampage. And if you sign up on the Queen Bee community, I actually have an audio that is going to help you. It is a rampage for gratitude that if you listen to it, you can get into that practice. So I also have other resources for free in that community. But yeah, I mean, I hope that this a small mindful task can help you to get a mindset shift to practice more gratitude. And let me know on the comments here on the YouTube, or send me an email at hello@Mindful Tasks Academy, or follow me on Instagram at Mindful Tasks Academy, or send me a DM on the Queen Bee community as well, and let me know how these tips help you and shifting that situation. So I hope you have liked this episode today, and this is it for today. I will see you next week. I might gonna take a longer break because I'm gonna go into a surgery. It's not a big thing, but it's a surgery that I know that I need to rest. So it's not here yet, but just in case I forget at some point telling you, it's just I'm gonna take a break due to that surgery sometime next month, but I will let you know on another episode. But anyways, so thank you so much for being here. I'll send you all the abundance of blessings. And remember, it's a baby thing you wouldn't understand. Bye.